Hi, my name is Jamal Bradshaw, and this is my skills demo. So, for the models of addiction for Marlo's case, I would focus on the social learning. Um, and I think the reason why I would focus on that is because with the social learning model, it observes how the influence of others around the client really do affect how they learn to process things. And so the fact that Marlo is coming from a household with a alcoholic father, and is basically seeing how someone who is supposed to be taking care of her is dealing with their own uh issues in life. I think that with that, it's now causing her to then be like, okay, well, if this is how my dad goes about handling things, like, maybe this will also help me. Maybe this is how I can, maybe start to feel better. And then it also doesn't help the fact that, she's also surrounded by friends and students at her school who are also using drugs as a way to numb their pain or just get through their day. um I think for the next part, the motivational interviewing, I think that with that, I would express a lot of empathy towards Marlo and let them know that it's a safe space to that they're in when they're speaking with me, and let them know that I'm in no way judging them for any of the things that they're doing, um and really just focus on you know the hurt that they might be feeling in this current time. I think it's also important to then you know help Marlo understand that the choices that they're choosing to make might just impact their future, and kind of help them through the motivational interviewing, kind of come to that realization on their own instead of me just outright saying like, hey, I think that this is going to hurt you in the long run. And of course, there might be some pushback with that. But instead of just going back and forth with Marlo, I think it's just important just to keep going with the conversation, and hopefully throughout the time of the session they'll start to understand like, okay, maybe this person's right, maybe if I do this, it really won't help me later down the line. um and also helping Marlo just in general come to that realization that you know that they are able to get out of the situation, that whatever's happening in their life, that things will get better, and kind of change their outlook from being so negative to then hopefully more positive. um some motivational interviewing questions that I would ask would be can you pretty much can you tell me a little bit about why you started using, um or even what are some goals that they even potentially have for the future, because I think that question alone will then help them start to be in that more positive mindset. And then also it'll have them start to think like, dang, if I'm over here doing drugs, that might interfere with the things that I might want to do with my future. And then as far as my recommendation or referral, I would send Marlo to a treatment program for children. I actually have, because I work in the foster care system, I do know that there are substance abuse treatment centers that Marla could go to, and I would refer her to her local one. Thank you.